there's a lot of volatility developing with Eloro, which personally I think is good. There's more day trading, I think, going on with it. So it does trade around a lot morning, afternoon, late afternoon. And, you know, the reflection of what's coming out from our drill holes to date, especially today, in relation to what short-term traders might be doing. I mean, it's typical. The reflections, it's on two different roads. The bottom line is this hole that we came out with, hole 18, this was from the underground, going minus 10 degrees south, came in with over 300 meters of commercial rock,
Yeah.
like 130, 129 silver gram equivalent. Even though the silver content was, the zinc was the big player in this particular hole, but there was tin credits, silver credits. Zinc played in this particular hole. Zinc was a dominant metal.
Mm-hmm.
And what it tells us is there's so much zonation going on to this system. We'll get high tin pockets, we'll get high silver pockets, and now we're showing up some high zinc, which I love.
I think that's why people are excited about Eloro. Is it's got these three, everyone, you're sort of advertised as a silver play, but there's a huge tin zinc element to this, and tin especially. It's my understanding there's a huge shortage of tin right now. And let me share the tin price chart. I don't know if you probably follow this also.
Yeah.
The tin is heavily used in electronics and chip manufacturing. And we've all heard about the shortages going on there in the world. And that's why a lot of people, I think, are excited about Eloro. Is that
I think you're hitting it on the nail there, Jim. It's only really been of late in the last few months that people are waking up to the tin market, including myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small market, 400,000 tons a year. We know there's supply constraints from the traditional areas of supply being, China, Miramar, that area. And those are more high grade type silver operations. There hasn't been a major bulk tonnage silver discovery probably since, some of the Bolivian tin deposits, close by to our area, because we are underneath our ground. We're definitely in a tin silver porphyry system. There's no question. So it doesn't surprise us, to see, in our case, a strong tin component. And again, when you're looking at tin, I mean, if we can average out, 0.2% tin, let's say in the central breccia pipe. This hole that we just drilled was not in the central breccia pipe, but that's more of an intrusive breccia, which we believe is more directly related to the porphyry tin underneath. If you can get 0.2% per ton of ore, I mean, that's 4 pounds of tin converted. And if you're getting $15, $16 US, I mean, you're already getting 60, 70 bucks, a ton. And bottom line is you have to look, and we're starting to really take a solid look at what happened with San Cristobal, with the Sumitomo owned deposit, San Cristobal, which is about 180 kilometers away from us. That is probably the fourth largest zinc mine in the world, with silver byproduct and lead. And they're taking out close to 50,000 tons a day of rock. Mm-hmm. They're getting around 1,500 tons of concentrate. The capex on something like that is, to build it, could be up to 1.5 billion. So this is a large scale, but their grades are low, and they're one of the most profitable mines out there today. So
now, how do your grades compare to that one?
Our grades are, well, they don't even have tin, first of all. So, we're obviously strong there. With this 2.5% zinc 300-meter hole today, or that we disclosed today, I mean, the jury's out on what the overall grade will be in time. And I think our silver, because it's, again, zonation, we have high and low grade pockets. I think we're probably, I would like to guess, it's still early days, but we're at least comparable, if not higher. So we're definitely in the ballpark. But
So this is, I want to point out to the people who are listening, this is just part of the drilling program, right?
Oh.
As I've spoken with Quentin about this one, and you have every direction around you. You're not constrained, right? There's all sorts of opportunities here, and this is potentially massive in size.
Yeah, you just have to, your reader, listener just has to recognize that we're basically within a volcanic edifice, a volcano, an extinct volcano. And that was somewhat similar to the San Cristobal and deposit, because in this area of southern Bolivia, there was a lot of volcanism that took place in the Miocene time period, 12 million years ago. Originally it was 200-year-old rock. That's where you get all these sediments and sandstones. And then these volcanics showed up 12 million, 15 million years ago, creating these volcanic eruptions and volcanic sort of structures, like what we see today, dacitic domes and breccia pipes, almost moving, funneling up almost vertically. And they contain a lot of this magma, this material that showed up from deep, deep down, from explosions, from meteoric waters and gases fusing and creating massive explosions. And that's what, I'm not a geologist. I listened to Dr. Bill Pearson. I listened to Dr. Quentin Hennig. I listened to Dr. Osvaldo Arce. These guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And when they tell you that every hole is mineralized, it's telling you that this system, there was explosive activity that took place. And that's why I'm saying we're probably, under a massive porphyry tin system, so tin silver system underneath. So, and that's something that we will, slowly, build out. Remember this, we're going to be able to be more aggressive down at the valley floor, which is about 1,000 meters, and we can drill from there down into the deeper areas. Mm-hmm. That might, where we will eventually hit that really strong porphyry tin silver system. So it's, we, considering that we started our initial inaugural drilling campaign back in September of 2020, and we've now completed roughly 24,000 meters of drilling. And by the way, we're still behind. There's still around 9,000 meters of drilling that, now that the labs are starting to pick up, we should start getting those results a little more quickly. And that's been one of the issues. We haven't been able to news flow as much as we wanted to from the drill results because of the issues in the Lima labs, just labor, scarcities of gas and oxygen and, whatever the excuses were, it was very hard to get get our results. Now we're starting to get them because we still have 3 active drills as we speak, and we're outputting 300, rough up to 300 meters a day. Mm-hmm. So the objective is to at least try and get to our National Instrument 43101 inferred resource by the end of October, probably November, the way things are. But that can give us a ground valuation to where we're going, and it'll clarify things that much more to everyone as to, as Quentin says. I mean, this is going in all directions. So that first 43 inferred resource report will probably only be on 10, 20%, 15% of this thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's exciting. It's really, really exciting. This is a true discovery. It's not an old mine. It's never been drilled. It's, we're just really, we're really enjoying, seeing a discovery like this.
I think a lot of people are excited based on, silver's the sexy one, right? Silver's the sexy part of the story here because it's a precious metal. But the fact is, anyone who looks deeper at what's going on with Eloro, it's the tin for me that has, the reason I'm paying attention to Eloro is that, there's lots of silver plays out there. It's the combination of silver plus tin that for me makes Eloro unique. And the huge size potential. I mean, this is not a small
No,
mine. This is potentially a world-class. And I know a lot of people say, oh yeah, we're gonna be a tier one. This one, they're correct. This one's actually massive. And
people try and knock this thing like, oh, well, there's arsenic everywhere and this and that. They don't know what they're talking about.
yeah,
All these mines have arsenic, but it's more related to the sort of the bismuth and gold components. And even then, it's not an issue. But like anything, they're knocking this, and then they're saying, "Oh well, Bolivia's a really tough place to work in." Well, I
there
think
was a government change last year, wasn't there? Isn't it a business-friendly government
the
now?
government changed last year, and it continues with the former Minister of Finance under the former Evo Morales regime, and he's very pro foreign investment. Bottom line is, you have to make sure that the communities and everyone are working together. We're not going to come out of this thing owning 100%. I mean, let's be realistic, especially if it's a world-class deposit. The Bolivian government will be involved, but I think it'll be done in a fair way, just as it is maybe through tax, just as it is with Sumitomo and the Bolivian government. So there's our model. We just follow that San Cristobal Sumitomo model. And if we can show even bigger tonnage, which I believe we will, yeah, this is a monster. That's all I can say at this stage.
Yep.
300 meters of commercial grade.
Yeah, that's pretty
What do you
huge.
want?
So what do we have to look forward to for the next 6 months here? We have you have a lot more that's in the lab that you're expecting to be released. Plus, you've got 3 drills that are still drilling for this year.
We want to increase. We want to get at least 4 to 5 drills in. We're well financed. We're down to about 24 million.
That's it. That's high compared to most of the companies I talk to.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like the burn rates, actually, I've got hats off to Dr. Osvaldo Arce and his Bolivian team, along with Leduc drillers. They're doing a fabulous job. We're getting great production rates. Costs are well maintained. We do the owners of the property, the Villegas family, have been so helpful logistically for us. With roads. We're right now completing the Santa Barbara adit, because we're going to be drilling from underground in that particular adit. They do all the sort of construction work on that. And so we are that confident that we are going to make a $3 million US payment to the Villegas family towards the 10 million US. We think it's deserved, and the way they're helping us. So yeah, we're happy. They're just short-term milestones for you. Obviously drilling results. We're doing downhole IP as we speak. So we're using one of the drills right now to help with that, and that will help us identify massive sulfides around this 100. It has an area of influence of about 100 meters from the hole. And so this is underground. So it's going to be able to allow us to define some higher grades within the first inferred resource. We're dealing with, we completed a magnetic survey. You saw that particular diagram in the press release, this new low sulfidation area to the northwest of Santa Barbara. Looks massive. Also between Central Pipe further down and the Porco Pipe, there's another low sulfidation area of interest. So, there's lots of exploration. I do want to get a conceptual idea on the engineering aspects of where we're going on this. We have a very strong group out of Lima, Peru, who I work with on our other project in Lima, Graham Spears. He runs Gemin SA. They're a mining engineering firm that do a lot of consulting work for Glencore and the likes. He'll be up in a couple of weeks to take a look at site and start preparing for an economic model down the road. But that's where we're getting. I mean, I can't.
You said October, November, we might have something like that.
Well, you'll have
the resource estimate, October, November.
You'll have the resource estimate, but we are going to be working on the economic model as well.
Gotcha. Well, thank you very much, Tom. We really appreciate the update, and I'm sure we will be talking again as the year progresses.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Thanks for your support.